Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. Now, I almost wasn't able to make this video. I didn't know how much time I had. They called today when I checked in for work to see what time I was starting. They want us in, if we can do it. They want us in an hour earlier, so it must be pretty busy tonight. But there was no way I didn't want to make a video today. I kind of had this video planned since I got up this morning, so nothing was going to deter me. A couple of things I want to get to before I continue. I need to give a huge shout out to a channel who just hit over 500. He hit the 500 mark within like well within a year. I think it was what, since January or February, but it hasn't been that long. He hasn't even been going for a year. It took me over 2 years to get to 500 subscribers. He got there in less than a year. He's doing so well. I love this guy. I like watching his videos. He has such an eclectic taste in music, but he's grabbing up a lot of great music I used to love listening to growing up, like Exodus and stuff like that, and other bands. So yeah, he's and Sugar, especially Sugar. So glad that he's getting into the band Sugar. So this is what I'm talking about. So Ryan, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure you will be, um, I'll be connecting with you on Instagram as soon as I can. May not be today, might not. I'll do it. I'll try to do it as first thing tomorrow. Yeah, as soon as I can tomorrow. I would have done it today, but again, I wanted to make a video and things are kind of, going by. So, so if you haven't checked out Ryby's channel yet, if you should know who he is, yeah, go check him out. I really like his vibe. I like the eclecticness of his. Even if I'm not necessarily into some of those bands, I'm always curious to see what people are into, and I love the variety. All right. So again, before I get into the main subject, there's one more thing I wanted to show you, wanted to point out. If you haven't noticed it yet, see it, see it. That was my brilliant little idea. I got it from a TikTok idea. I'll show you in a second how I did it. But I got the idea from a TikTok video or a YouTube short. It was a YouTube short where a guy was putting his ID into his wallet, okay? And the way he had his wallet thing cut out, he had a little cutout thing of Batman. So when he put his card in and his face from his ID lined up with he had it cut out with the. So I think, boy, that's brilliant. I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, I just gotta organize this a little bit. There we go. Because I'm going to be talking about this in a minute. But I thought that, like, that just, as soon as I saw it, the second I saw it, it sparked a couple of ideas for me, and I can do multiples. This only took me an hour and a half to do. Don't worry, I'm still really focused on doing that picture for Larry Graves. This is just kind of a little fun side project I wanted to do that gets me all motivated even more to making sure that I do an even better job on those kittens, those beautiful cats. But yeah, watch this. Look how easy that is. So you might be able to see it a tiny bit. There's magnets. There's magnets there. Just Bristol board. I cut out, and there's the magnets, and it fits up there so perfect. I can make multiples. I can make different ones. I can have one for the Flash. I can have one for the green the Green Lantern. I can have one for anybody, almost anybody. I can have it just, and it's all to do with just those those four magnets in that position. Yeah, it only took me an hour and a half last night from start to finish to do this. It's awesome, awesome. And watch how easy it is to put up. So once the once the magnets connect, And just gotta make sure I get the ones up here too, and straighten it out just a little bit. Once it's in position, it actually clicks into position. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Come on. I love when I come up with ideas like that. And because I've done pictures like that in before where I used Velcro, and you put up your picture like normal, but because of the Velcro, just say the character's hand, which I would draw separate and have a Velcro on it. You could take the hand, pop off the Velcro, and turn it upside down, and add horns or take the horns off. I did something for my brother like that, and I thought it was cool. So using the magnets is an upgrade. All right, I babbled long enough on that. I'm going to go into this subject now. I'll leave timestamps down below so everybody will be able to get to the proper places. If you want to come right to the main point here with the Pink Floyd. Now, again, I want to thank Larry Graves from the bottom of my heart how special he is, and how grateful I am, that he had sent me these two albums, and both have cool cool hype stickers that I was able to put on. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I played this twice. I played it last night on in the headphones, and then I played it out loud in my speakers today, and I really like it. I really like it. I actually love that side one. I love those, especially those three first songs. There's I yeah those three first songs are my favorite songs on there. Uh, Jug Band Blues is really good too. I don't know. I think my least favorite song is actually A Saucer Full of Secrets. It's just a lot of noise experimental stuff. It's cool. I really love that I have it, and it's cool that when they play it in when they play it on like the live album of this stuff, it's the last song, and it works in a live setting for sure. It would be cool, but it is my least favorite song on the album. I it's a must. It's a must in the headphones. There's one point, okay, when the song starts, where the music is kind of playing. It starts and it's playing and it's good. I forget which song it was. I tried to find it today. I can't. You can't hear the effect when you're listening in stereo. I mean, just out loud like that. Even though I have the speakers kind of split apart, I still couldn't hear the that effect last night. Where at first, when the singing starts, okay, it's all on the right side, and he sounds like he's kind of a little bit far away. He doesn't sound like he's next to the microphone or ear. He sounds a little bit of a distance to your right. And then as the song progresses, it it switches to this ear here, and now there's a they're singing, their voices is much closer. It's like here, where that first voice was over there in within the same song. That kind of like wowed me. I like that. I love the effect of that, how that sounded. It's like, whoa, yeah. And plus other little cool effects here and there. I have to listen to it at least two more times in the headphones. It's not even in here right now. It's in the player. Of course, because I have to listen to it a couple times. I'm not done with it yet. Nope, not by a long shot. And then I'll have to go back and play this again and play this again. I'm gonna try my best to get I really actually do want to get some more Pink Floyd stuff. I'll be hunting for, definitely got to be hunting for Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, you know, whatever I can find. It doesn't matter which one. If it says Pink Floyd on it, and it's like, I'm going to be looking at the official discography to make sure I get just, I don't want anything else beyond the discography. So for almost most bands, depending if there's actually special special extra content I can get for a decent price. If I find it, I will grab it. But I just want at least the official, like what I have for Beatles. I'm so happy that that's what I have for Beatles content. Yeah. So this might actually be my favorite Pink Floyd album. It's 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 a toss up because I really do love the debut. It is a toss up. Uh, although metal is also like these first few albums I really love. I love the direction they went in, and then to do this eventually, to do Umagama and the experimental nature of it. I mean, you can't separate it. You can't say, well, that's the album, that's the studio. It's all one package. You have to take this as a whole. The you know the sum is way more important than the individual parts, especially in this packaging. You know, so I really need to listen to that first disc a couple more times. I played the second disc more because I wanted to because the first disc is just a little bit more accessible, sonically to get into more so than the second side. But I actually really do love the second side. I can't rank them yet, but okay, let's get to the question that's on the thumbnail. Are they prog? Are they prog? I think so. I honestly 100% think they are prog. Some people will argue that they're not prog. They're just I don't know. I find these first few albums, even this, like, come on, if this isn't prog with the concept of adding the two albums there, when you when you add all that as one package in two albums as a two set, and I guess that it was the way it was always meant to be. You know, if that isn't progressive, uh, they say, well, it doesn't have to have the odd time signatures to be progressive, even if it probably does. I haven't really noticed if it does or not, but but it is prog. It is prog. You cannot not call it prog just because just the I don't know the experimentation of some of the voices, and like in some of the singing in there, they almost go to a place where it sounds like they're off key, but it works. It works, it's like yeah. I do actually really liked it the first time. I give it a strong 9 out of 10 off the bat, and probably will be a 10 out of 10. I have to listen to these three again, especially these three again, because those are my favorites. With the Saucerful of Secrets, the Pipers at the Gates of Dawn, and Metal being my three favorite Pink Floyd albums at the moment. And in some ways, they're kind of floating around as my favorites. I really this might be my least. No, no, no. Actually, no. This will be my least favorite for now. For now. I still greatly like it though, and I need to listen to it again. This probably be my second least favorite. This will be my third least favorite, and then these three here are just yeah. I have to really think about that and make a final judgment because there's things about each one of them that I really like and when I was listening to this, okay, especially that first song, but there's other parts in there too, and which made me think of why I would think this is progressive is because there's a lot of things in here that reminds me of stuff I hear from Tool and other progressive bands. I don't like it reminds me of other bands who are progressive. I hear the influences they've taken from this, and and that little connection for me just like screams like it's progressive. It's progressive. So for those who disagree with me, okay, I want to hear why you don't think this is progressive. This is not progressive rock music. It's ahead of its time. It is different than anything else that was going on at the time. Although there's stuff that is similar, and you can hear the influences on other stuff. Like, when you think about the '60s, everybody was influencing everybody. Even the yeah, well, almost any era of people were influencing you know others. This would be a whole subject for another video. But when you think about like the big four of thrash metal, of like with Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and all that stuff, it started with cassette tapes. If cassette tapes were not a thing, people wouldn't have been able to share this, even if they were just demos and that. When it was the rise of the cassette tapes for the early '80s, that Metallica would not exist if it wasn't for cassette tapes. If it was for cassette tapes, that sharing of music. So getting back to the Pink Floyd, if it wasn't the influences that was just but who were really influencing Pink Floyd? What was their influences for doing, especially those first three albums? What really was their influences for making albums like that? Because it wasn't it because there's nothing really like it that came before it, was there? You know? So those are questions. I'm saying, okay, and my verdict is making this a 20-minute video that yes, indeed, I believe and I feel strongly that they are a prog band. And saying that they're not, yeah, I don't know. I hear prog. That's what I'm saying. All right, I am done. If you are considering subscribing to my channel, please go and look at some other videos first. Go look at some playlists. Go back and watch some older videos. Just get a feel for my brand of videos and that to find. Then just make sure my channel is a right fit for you. I don't want you coming on here and just willy nilly like clicking off again after just yeah. I want my view counts to go up and if you like my channel, I'll let the content speak for itself rather than asking you to please subscribe to me. I'm poor. No, I'm happy with my number. I'm very happy with my number. I'm never going to complain about my number. Now it's all about view counts. It's all about finding people who like my content. I'll stop saying this. It takes me too long to close because of it, but that's how I feel. Just don't subscribe to me. That's all I'm gonna have to say from now on. Is like don't subscribe right away. Watch other videos first. And okay, but please leave me comments and hit the like button. Absolutely. Leave me comments. Tell me if you agree, disagree, what you think, and everything. I like to hear from you. And okay, everybody, I am done. I love you out there. So please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody. I'm Batman.